And hello again, YouTube. It is Tuesday morning. Dang, I forgot the date. I think it's July 19th, 2022. 5:14 a.m. And I'm just kind of wandering through Pierce Park across the street from the alley that enters my apartment. My apologies for the vertical video, but I kind of got my hands full. Got the box for the trackie, got my iPhone out and in record mode. New iPhone, the iPhone 7 Plus. Not to be confused with the 6S Plus that I still haven't managed to locate. And that's what I really should have spent the last few hours looking for, but I'm just so restless with the situation with Priscilla that I didn't think I'd be getting much sleep tonight, and I totally had a seeking suspicion that if I came home, oh, here comes a vehicle. Is that her? No, that's a truck. Couldn't help but notice a white SUV with a U-Haul here. I don't expect she'd spend the money for a U-Haul. I'm pretty sure that's not her SUV over there. So I expect her to either come from the south, going north up 46th Street, or from the west, going eastbound on Oak Street. I'm just kind of trying to stay here in the park. Part of me wanted to stay in the bedroom and kind of wait for her to come in and be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I still might do that, but for the moment, I'm. Oh yeah, no, that is a nice Tahoe. That is not her vehicle at all. I don't know. Right now, I'm just kind of restless and as I mentioned before, I had to go to the car to get the box for the trackie, because with just a device, I'm not figuring out what the heck I need to do with it, and probably not getting that done this morning. At least not. Oh, that's a pickup truck. That's a truck. Anyway, last video cut off because I ran out of space, so went and deleted a couple videos. Yeah, I was still hanging on to the one when I shared that Priscilla had stolen my mailbox key and left it at the bar. Yeah, that particular video, I was planning on editing a short out of it, just showing, because I shot it in vertical video, and the intention was, when I started shooting, I just wanted to make a short about, oh, hey, forgot to mention, stole my mailbox key. Look what I got back from the bartender after she ditched me at the bar. I come in the front door, she sings a song, and boop, out the back door, to not have any connection, not have any contact with me, while she's still supposedly my girlfriend and still living at my place. And then, of course, the next. Saturday night, and she of course didn't come home at all Saturday night, didn't come home at all day Sunday, ended up not coming home until the following Monday morning. It had been over a week since she'd done that. I was beginning to think she was done with those games, but nope, she, I think, has just been making a point to be a little more crafty about it, and do it when she thinks I'm at work and won't catch her. And little does she know, the warehouse has slowed down, and I've been getting offered VTO like pretty much every night. Oh, there she is. There she is. I think that's her. Oh, nope, false alarm. I'm all ready to record it with the new iPhone, because that thing is, of course, shooting much better quality than this TCL T-Mobile Rebel 4, whatever the hell it is. does. And I got a good charge on it. I haven't shot any video with it yet, and of course that's going to stop me from getting it. I'm not going to be able to get it uploaded as quickly because of that. But I figure, whatever. I got means to get it uploaded, and I'm still on the fence if I want to share these videos right along with the rest of my regular vlog, because I've been kind of behind at getting them uploaded just due to general oversharing, and I said I wasn't going to have another breakdown like this if I came home and found out that she didn't come home, but kind of a different situation. It could be one thing if I came home the way things had been going, with us having like no contact. Us having next to no contact. And had she, had I come home and she not be home, I forget what day it was. I just remember shooting video, on the drive home from Amazon, and, I wonder if she'd be there. We haven't really been talking. Had I come home and she wasn't there, I'd have been like, whatever. But so much has changed in the last week and a half. I mean, there's been this straight up discussion of, look, I need you gone by the end of the month. And there's all this discussion of, what she wants of the relationship and this and that. And then there's been, as I've stated, there's been no P in the V, but there's certainly been quite a few sexual acts between us. So yeah. And her telling me that she wasn't, well, at one point she said that she was not going to be staying the night with me anymore, and that she would just be coming to, she won't be here, and she keeps saying one thing and then she changes her mind and says something completely different, and and every time I'm like, yeah, fine, whatever, and then I shut the door, just like, fine, let's let the time, let the rest of this month wind up and be gone. And, and then the next thing I know, she's, coming in my bedroom and laying next to me and, oh, is it okay if I hold you? Yeah, sure. And holding leads to rubbing, leads to tugging, leads to licking, leads to sucking. But for some reason lately it never leads to the P and the V. But I think this is her there. So it's trying to see the time right now. It's oh shit, usually if I slide, okay, it's 5:22. Oh no, that's not her. Turned a half block early. All these short videos to delete off my new iPhone, which is fine. I mean, it's like literally got the bulk of 128 gigs free. It's like a giant open slate, as opposed to this thing, which is so full, and it's got a bunch of videos I could delete. It's their vlogs going back to like May, and on those ones I keep getting ants appearing on my flip-flops and biting my toes. They've been out in full force. They're out in the alley behind my place as well. Those things are mean. Anyway, yeah, so oh gosh, I forgot where I was going with this. Completely lost my damn train of thought. So I mean, yeah, so she's been putting on a really good front of being there with me and not disappearing all night, and I was checking the time, that's right, so it's 5:23. Now she knows I get off at 5:30, and I typically get home around 6-ish. So now every morning when I've come here, she's been super tired, struggles to get up for work, and I even asked her about that and kind of called her out for that, and she's like, well, I'm sitting and I'm working on stuff, but I just can't seem to get to sleep. Yeah, it's hard to get to sleep when you're not at home, huh? Anyway, So it's approaching 5:30. So I do expect her to show up pretty much any time. So got the iPhone out because the thumbprint sensor doesn't work. So I've got to unlock it with a PIN number, and I don't know if it's an iOS thing. It used to be my PIN numbers were always 4 digits, but now with my new iPhone 6s Plus, the one I bought on eBay that was supposed to be unlocked, that turned out to not be unlocked, and then with this 7 Plus, which both have been updated to the latest version of iOS, for some reason the PIN numbers on those, they're 6 digits, which is 2 more digits to remember. I'm not good at remembering digits. I'm quite accustomed to using 4-digit PIN numbers, so that's kind of messing with my head. And then so yeah, it takes me a while to unlock this thing. It's not like back in the day where I just pulled it out of my pocket and hit the home button and it sends my thumbprint and boom, and I'm in my phone. So yeah, I'm thinking, well, that's not a big deal, but it's turning out to kind of be a big deal. And the other thing is the home button in the 7 is so much different than the home button in the 6, and supposedly it's an improvement, but and I noticed it's got like some haptic settings or whatever, and maybe I can, go to the settings and change its behavior once I kind of figure out what those options are, but I haven't had time to mess with that. But as it is right now, whatever its default settings are, I don't like them. So, yeah, I absolutely do not like them. But I'm dealing with them. Another white SUV over here in the parking lot. I can't imagine she would be over here loitering in the park as a means to get away from my place. And it seems like lately her modus operandi is to pretend like she's staying the night at my place. Which of course makes so much easier to climb into my bed and act like she'd been there all night. God, and I was so happy to come home and see her in my bed yesterday. But yeah, so much easier to do that than actually clean the couch off. Heaven forbid she actually clean her mess on the couch. Yeah, so much easier to do that. And here I thought she was kind of doing something nice for me. Boy, am I a sucker. So yeah, of course she didn't go out. She stayed the night at my place every night during the weekend. As we're having all these it alternates between friendly discussions to making out, to licking, touching, sucking, twisting, what have you, and to arguments, we're going the whole gamut of it. Like, it is, there's so many sore subjects, but then sometimes it's nice, and sometimes I think we're making progress. And I'm working on getting out. I understand. I'm sorry. I'm gonna, it's this real. Yeah, it's definitely not her over there. But yeah, go figure. The first night I go back to work. And who's to say she didn't do this last week while I thought she was spending every night with me as well? It's possible she did. I mean, my basis of thinking she stayed the night was how I found her sleeping on the couch, and it looked like she'd pretty much, she was sound asleep when I got home. I assumed she'd been there all night. But yeah, I have no proof she was there all night. God knows she could have just got there a half hour before I did, or 10 minutes before I did, for all I know. But yeah, my gut feeling is that she went out last night, and that's why, well, not last night, but the night before, while I was at work, Sunday night, Monday morning, and that's why she was in my bed. Not that she actually wanted to be with me in my bed. That's not her. Yeah, it's definitely not her over there either. And it's definitely a white SUV, though. There's white SUVs everywhere. Yeah, at this point, I'm reasonably convinced. That just explains why she's so tired and just barely managed to get from my bed without, getting ready or getting dressed or anything. Just like stumbled and crawled from my bed directly. The next thing I knew, I hear her on the phone. So it was, she's busy out gallivanting all night or staying the night with somebody, sleeping with somebody. Not me. I mean, granted, she can't exactly be sleeping with me because I'm at work, but kind of expect that she's home, and she hasn't been. So it's 5:30 straight up right now. So let's see. Before in the last video when it cut off, I was trying to explain what the deal was with my Droid 4. So still can't remember the name of the Samsung Galaxy that I ended up getting, but I got a great deal on it. Like, I had this Samsung Messenger phone, which I never ever used. Something I found in my cab. And when I was a cab driver, I used to find all kinds of shit in my cab. About once every week or so, I'd take the back seat cushion out and clean really thoroughly, and things would fall under the seat. And I'd say the freakiest thing I ever found was a handgun. That was kind of unnerving to know that was behind me at one point in time. But lots of keys, lots of cell phones. And sometimes I hear them ringing, and if somebody called, hey, did I leave? Hi, is this the cab driver? Did I leave my phone in your cab? Yes, and I would always bring them to the people and not state a ransom or anything like I know some cab drivers do. And with very little exception, people usually gave me a pretty nice chunk of change for bringing their phones to them. Generally speaking, $20, but I think I had one guy one time gave me $50 because I answered his phone and pretty much dropped what I was doing and brought it back to him when he told me where he's like, you remember where I dropped you off? I'm like, yeah, are you the guy that went to blah blah blah? He's like, yep. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm about 15 minutes away, but I'll 20 minutes away, whatever, I'll bring it to you. I've had a couple of people that gave me nothing, and I just kind of handed to them and kind of looked at them, and I'm like, well, you're welcome. Thank you. I'm a cab driver. I charge by the mile. I don't know how many miles I drove to bring you your phone. But, whatever. But anyway, so I found this Samsung Messenger phone. Phone had some very interesting pictures of young women on it, I'm assuming. Girlfriend of the guy that owned it before, maybe, but there was more than one different women's pictures on them. Anyway, that was always fun looking through the pictures when you pick up a used phone that hasn't been factory reset. Never used that as a phone either. It was pretty much obsolete by the time I got it. By the time I got it, I think I was already to the point of using the Samsung Galaxy Indulge. As I recall, it did have a decent MP3 player on it. I did use it as a camera a little bit because it had a micro. Actually, it had a mini USB port, the slightly bigger one from before micro USB, and it had a mini USB port and had a and I used it as an MP3 player a little bit. Did MP3s as well. It was a pretty neat little phone. But again, by the time I got it, I was already using an Android smartphone, so wasn't really stepping my service back to something that was just a messenger phone with a keyboard. But anyway, it was a 3G phone, and when the 3G thing was ended, they were sending text messages out to anybody that was still using a 3G phone. Cricket was that they would give you a $100 credit towards a new phone if you return any Cricket, return any Cricket 3G, trade in any Cricket 3G phone. It did not say it had to be the one that you were currently using. because the one I was currently using was a Samsung Galaxy Indulge. Absolutely love the phone. I continued to use that thing for years later. And I'd sure like to know where my last one went, because I could certainly use my Galaxy Indulge right now as a Wi-Fi device. Of course, it might end up being as crippled by time as my Motorola is, but I won't know that until I find it. But anyway, yeah, I just said, return any $100 exchange for any phone. So didn't specify that. It didn't even specify it had to be a Cricket phone. So I brought that Samsung Messenger, which had zero resale value, just truly genuinely obsolete device, and they gave me $100 credit. And I wish I could remember the model Samsung Galaxy that I got. Oh, damn, another ant getting me. Anyway, it was your typical modern phone. It was your typical glass rectangle. The back was white. 16:9 screen. Decent phone, didn't have a whole lot of RAM, and within about a year that became problematic as apps started getting bigger, and there was just no way to keep all the apps that I regularly used on it, let alone have room for video or pictures. But yeah, it was a working phone. And then, of course, I'm sure my daughter was having the same experience when she gave me hers. And mine had a cracked screen. If memory serves, hers was pristine, the one my daughter gave me. And I still got those somewhere. Don't know where they are. Anyway, so yeah, I ended up going with that. And I think after my $100 trade-in, and of course I got to get it at, the Cricket promotional price. Anyway, I think when all was said and done, I paid like $10 for the thing as a brand new phone. And around that time was when I bought the Motorola Droid 4, because I was thinking I might switch to that, because at that point a Droid 4 was still a very viable phone. And the thought of having a phone without a keyboard was just appalling to me. But I figured, well, I got a brand new phone, I got a modern phone, modern features. Let's see if I can get used to a touchscreen, on-screen keyboard. I hate those things, but maybe I can get used to it. And if it just proves to be too damn annoying, hey, I'm only out $10. I can probably flip the thing for more than $10. At the time. And I'm really surprised Priscilla hasn't shown up yet. Unless, of course, she's already gone by and I just missed it, which is possible. Anyway, yeah, or maybe this is her way of punishing me because I didn't give her a hug when I left last night. Yeah, she was on the phone, and I realized that I didn't have a lot of time to go and get a pizza from Costco. So wasn't planning on getting off at midnight. Certainly wasn't planning on coming home in the middle of the night and finding her gone and her being gone all night. Wasn't planning on that either. Anyway, so yeah, I got that phone, the Motorola. Configured it for Wi-Fi. I did look into. Is that her? I think that's her. Oh no, that's a little shitbox economy car. Or is it? Maybe that is her. Oh no, it went the wrong direction. My vision isn't really good at the kind of distances that the roads are from me here, and I'm just hoping to her I just look like another random homeless person wandering through this park. And in fact, I highly doubt when she drives by she even looks in the park. I do know her peripheral vision is really, really bad. I mean, I think she's still receiving a certain amount of disability from Social Security for being, quote unquote, legally blind. But yet she's got a driver's license. And she tells me, well, I don't like to drive because blah, 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 blah. I don't drive anywhere. She obviously drives somewhere. She's driven somewhere today, tonight, all night. But, yeah, I'm sure whoever this person is that she's sleeping with when she's not at my place lives very close. I'm pretty confident of that. Anyway, yeah, she. Anyway, so I got that phone, that Motorola Droid, and quickly realized it was I looked to see if I could use it at Cricket, and they were like, nope. Nope, it looks, this device is locked with Verizon, it'll only work with Verizon. And I took it to Verizon and looked at what it would cost to switch my service over to there and to use it, and I forget how much, but whatever it was a definite nope for me. It was substantially more expensive than using Cricket, which at that time I'd been with for, God, I feel like I've been using Cricket for 20 years at that point. In fact, it's been less than a year since I quit using Cricket. I used Cricket for a long time. Used to be an incredibly good deal, but now they don't seem to be any cheaper than anybody else. But they got bought out by AT&T a long time ago, so they're basically just the prepaid brand for the prepaid budget brand for AT&T, as opposed to being their own network as they were, for many years. But dang, freaking ants got my toes again. Ouch. So yeah, at that point I decided, it's too expensive, damn it. Because I liked it. I thought it was a neat device. I was all about switching my service over to it, but seeing how much more I would have to pay to use that on Cricket or on Verizon was a hard nope. And at that point I was actually getting used to using my new Samsung with the on-screen keyboard. Galaxy something. I wish I could remember what the hell that thing was called. And I wish I could remember where the hell mine are, because I could certainly use them just for cameras right now. Anyway, dang, I really figured she'd be showing up by now. It's 5:42. Oh, hey, look, there's a white SUV. Oh, no, that's not her. You have to excuse me, every white SUV looks the damn same to me from a distance. Oh my God, I sound like such a fucking stalker right now, but anyway. Yeah, I don't know what awaits me when I call her out for this, but I expect it's going to be pretty ugly. Oh, I am getting tired of standing here in the park, though. What do I say? What time again? 5:43. I really figured she'd show up before now. So, well, had I been ever able to get the Droid 4 recording and not had so many problems with it, had I actually got that thing recording, I think it would have ran out by now anyway, because it has a maximum, its maximum recording time, I think, is about an hour. I definitely hit that Sunday before last when I was vlogging with it, and at some point I am going to upload those vlogs, I think, just not yet. But I have watched them, and I think I copied them onto my karaoke computer, so they're on that, which I can upload like anytime during my karaoke show or after my karaoke show, or generally speaking, Fridays is when I'm over at Bollock's. Oh, here comes a white SUV. Is that her? Oh no, that is much nicer than hers. Part of me is just curious which direction she's going to come from. Of course, there's always the possibility that she's already there and came in the other direction down the alley. Didn't think of that. Oh, ain't that some shit. Anyway. Yeah, so that thing, I think the maximum recording time before it just terminates the video for is an hour. So yeah, I think it's been an hour since I was fiddling with that, and I've been out here. Dang, 5:45. Better hurry, girl. You got 15 minutes before your boyfriend comes home and finds out that you've been sneaking around behind his back in the middle of the night when he's at work. I can't really see down the alley if she's there. And now I'm kicking myself in the butt for not having stayed in a place where I could see down the alley as well as approaching streets. Not sure how much recording time I have left on this. I did did delete a couple of rather long videos, so hopefully I freed up quite a bit of recording time. Still got these people kicking it on the corner. Kind of look homeless the way they got the shopping cart sitting there. That's not her. So anyway, long, boring story. So the Droid 4 never ever was used by me as a phone, but during that time period, I did put a bunch of streaming apps on it. I can't recall if I ever put Netflix on it. I think I did, but I definitely had Amazon. I had, YouTube, Amazon Video. There were some others. Oh my God, the fucking ants are biting my toes again. Ouch. And some games and stuff. I used it quite a bit for that. I remember using it for a handful of things. And then at one point I gave it to Lily, and she used it for watching YouTube and watching other cartoons and stuff up in her bunk bed. She seemed to enjoy that, even though I've got a pretty nice flat screen TV, plasma. Well, it's actually not a TV, it's a professional monitor, but got a pretty nice plasma with, at one point I actually had cable TV connected to it, as well as a DVD player and PS2 and a Laserdisc player and a VCR. Yeah, she still mostly preferred to watch stuff with streaming apps. Hey, look who showed up. This isn't where I wanted to see her, but yeah, look who showed up. Where you been all night? Where you been all night? I'm just curious where you been all night. Went and hung out with April. All night. What? Okay. I see her smoking in the car. That's freaking gross. It's the other reason I don't like riding in her vehicle, because it smells like cigarette smoke in there. I thought about walking towards April's place to see if she was there, and I didn't, so she could be telling the truth. It's possible. Still pretty freaking questionable. Anyway, I guess I'm going to wrap this up. It's kind of an anticlimactic ending. But, so I'm with April. Alrighty then. Doesn't really answer why she didn't answer my snaps since I let her back on my Snapchat. But that's another question for another time.